Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we're going to be going over a couple of charts, Bitcoin chart, the Ethereum chart, and we'll quickly take a look at some news stories as well. I want to do more of these videos where it's just talking about the news kind of in brief and keep these videos to under 10 minutes. So let's dive over and see what's happening in the world of Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin just now, this is Ethereum. Bitcoin just now is keeping above this 42,000 level. So when I'm doing TA, I just keep it really simple. I'm just looking at really the support levels, resistance levels, and a few kind of other things that I use in my kind of arsenal. And when it breaks through certain levels, then I'll sell or I'll buy according to these levels. So one of the ones I use is the kind of support levels, obviously, and the resistance. Okay, so previous resistance, 42,000. We kind of broke that in beginning of February. And we came up to there, went up 45,000, came back down again. But we didn't break through the 42,000 level. So this 42,000 is crucial just now for Bitcoin. If we can go up to the 45,000 level, then we could see a much higher Bitcoin. And we're going to say probably around about the 45,000 level here. If we can keep it there, we'll keep that green to a local high. So if we can break through the 45,000 level, then we could see around about the 50,000 level again for Bitcoin. But crucially is this, you can see very clearly here that this 42,000 level, we managed to hold that quite strong actually, and bounced off that several times. I actually thought we were going to come down and go to 39,000. We're holding strong just now. We could come back down to reach the 42,000 as long as we hold that. I'm kind of semi-bullish on Bitcoin just now. If we break the 45,000, then I'm super bullish on Bitcoin going up to 50,000. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum. It's going to follow what Bitcoin is doing, but Ethereum $3,108 at the moment. And we've got this support level. This is on the daily we'll look at. We've got a support level for Ethereum around about the 2,900 area just now. So again, as long as we manage to hold that, we'll go into the daily, the longer time frame. As long as we hold that, I'm kind of bullish for Ethereum, and we've got a lower support of $1,700, way lower than that if we break down below the $2,900. Obviously the support levels in between there, but these are kind of worst case scenarios for me for Ethereum. So it's still looking good just now, still looking relatively bullish. We want to get up to that kind of 4,000 level again, and there's kind of periods in between as well. 3,500 would work as well. Okay, let's dive over to some news. Okay, this is a news story. I kind of spoke about this on Twitter. Crypto assets, stablecoins pose risk to global financial stability. It's a financial stability board. And what they're saying, essentially, what they're saying is that crypto assets and stablecoins really pose a risk to global financial stability here. And they've listed a lot of points to say why this is going to be the case. But it's kind of a joke, really, because this is just ridiculous. This is about preserving power. Because if we look at the members of the Financial Stability Board, who's in there? The Governor of the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey. You've got Italy, Ministry of the Economy and Finance, Bank of d'Italia as well. Paolo Savano is in there, Commission or the National Society of Borsa. Argentina, the Central Bank of Argentina as well. Same with Australia, Reserve Bank of Australia, got Federal Reserve in there as well. Canada, China, all of these make up, but they're mostly from banks and they're mostly from financial government bodies as well. So of course they're going to say crypto assets and stable coins are going to be a risk to global financial stability because it's in their interest to do so, because they want to preserve the power for themselves. When crypto goes mainstream, when it goes mainstream, not if, when it goes mainstream, these people, these government bodies, the governments, the banks, stand to lose the most when crypto goes mainstream. So I don't pay any credence to that at all. And it's another form of kind of propaganda as well. So I have to admit, I'm 100% biased towards crypto going mainstream, just like these government bodies are 100% biased towards preserving their own power for their own selves. Self-serving, it's not for the people. Crypto is totally different, it's for the people. That's what I believe. Okay, this was another one as well, and this was last week actually. Lebanon planning to devalue currency by 93%, and depositors are going to lose $38 billion. This is mental to me. That means if you've got £100,000 in a bank, you suddenly wake up tomorrow and you've got £7,000 instead of £100,000, or $100,000 or whatever it is equivalent in your country as well. So this is really crazy, and what they're doing this for is to try and get a bailout from the International Monetary Fund. So they're trying to get a bailout from them to help them, but what actually happens is these are conditions they have for loans. So they want to reduce government borrowing, higher taxes and lower spending, higher interest rates to stabilise the currency, allow failing firms to go bankrupt, structural adjustment, privatisation, deregulation, reducing corruption and bureaucracy. These are some of the conditions that a lot of the countries have to go through in order to meet the conditions for an IMF kind of bailout. And that's what Lebanon are thinking about doing just now, and devaluing their currency as well by 93% is just ludicrous. Again, this is where crypto would fix this. They don't need the IMF. I just feel it's totally corrupt what they're doing here and how they're controlling countries as well. And you've seen how they've tried to control countries in the past. El Salvador, when El Salvador just stuck the big two fingers up to them. We're going to see more and more of that. We're going to see more and more of these clashes happening between the crypto world and the kind of traditional finance world as well. And we're going to get more and more stories like this as well. And this is just another example of what's happening out there just now. We have to protect ourselves. We have to think like the government could do that to us. Imagine waking up tomorrow and the money that's in your bank account is going to be devalued by 93%. So what do you do in that situation? What can you actually do? Well, obviously you could go into property. There's loads of different things you could do. If you're in crypto as well, you could get kind of crypto loans out. This is very, very kind of easy to talk about, or very kind of simplistic view of it. But there's lots of things you can do and I think we'll do another video on that, and on what would actually happen if this was to happen to us. How can you mitigate that happening to us as well, and what can you do about it? Okay, this was another news story I want to talk about very quickly. Fidelity rolls out Europe's cheapest physically backed Bitcoin spot ETP. So an ETP is an exchange traded product. So within kind of ETPs, you've got an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund. You've got an ETC, which is an exchange traded contract, and you've got an ETN, which is an exchange traded note. So under that umbrella of ETP, you've got all these different kind of exchange traded things you can do. So essentially they're like shares and you can buy them. So I'm looking forward to this coming out, and it shows us another step in the right direction for kind of Bitcoin and crypto as well. More and more of these big organizations like Fidelity who are absolutely huge, are getting into crypto. They see the potential for crypto, and it's happening. The ETF is going to happen at some point. So this is going to be an ETP, and it's coming under the guise of FBTC, so the Fidelity Physical Bitcoin ETP. And the important point here is going to be physically backed. So if you buy $1,000 worth of this FBTC, they have to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. Or they probably bought it already, probably at a cheaper price. When it went down to 36,000, they've got that stored already, and it's just physically backed. That's essentially kind of how it's going to work. And that's essentially how they make their money as well. They buy on the dips, store it, people buy at a later date, say it's double the price. They bought it when it was half the price, and people are still buying FBTC, say, for $1,000, and it's only costing them $500 because they bought it cheap. And this is what these companies are doing, and this is how kind of as Bitcoin could be manipulated as well, because it could be dropped. People like Fidelity, I'm not saying they are, but people like Fidelity or companies like Fidelity are buying in really cheap, storing them, and this is what's kind of the outcome, but still good for Bitcoin in the long run as well. Something else I want to show you very quickly as well. So if you look on LinkedIn.com and you just type in crypto in the search bar and look for jobs in crypto. So we're going to see crypto in the United Kingdom, there's 2,151 jobs under kind of the crypto banner. Now if we go to United States and we do a search there, there's 17,000 crypto jobs in the United States. You go to Europe, European Union, there's 4,194 jobs in the European Union under crypto. So right across the world, people are looking for crypto jobs. There's thousands and thousands of jobs in the crypto world just now. So for me, and I've always thought about this as well, crypto is actually going to create jobs. It's not going to take jobs away from people. So the banks are going to be closing within 10 years. Banks are going to be, they're not going to be here because DeFi is going to take over. But who's going to take over the kind of jobs that kind of help to manage all that as well? So there's going to be loads of jobs created within the crypto industry, but jobs taken away from the likes of banks, from the likes of kind of controlling governments, agency jobs as well. That's all going to go as well. I've got loads to say on that, but I can't say just now in this video. But this kind of shows me that crypto is not going away. Crypto is never going to go away. This is kind of embedded in our culture now. It's still not taken off. I have to admit, it's only $2 trillion market capitalization in full, but it is embedded within the culture, and it's only going to grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And just take a look on LinkedIn. Look at the number of jobs that are out there and what people are looking for as well. With regards to the big funds as well, there's trillions of dollars coming in funds. I'm listening to a book just now called Trillions, and it's about the rise of the index funds. This is exactly the same thing is going to happen in crypto as well. This is going to be the biggest money transfer in the world, or the biggest wealth transfer from the wealthy and the powerful to the likes of us who are working for a living, who are doing the kind of day-to-day grind. And it's going to be the biggest source of wealth transfer ever in history. And we're living this just now. And it's really exciting, but there's going to be a lot of kind of clashes between the government bodies and kind of other industries as well. But that shows me this is not going away just now. So have a look on LinkedIn, look at the jobs there, see what you're qualified to do. I've often wondered what I'd be qualified to do in the crypto world, just to see, oh, I've got enough experience. I've been working for myself for 10 years. I couldn't do it now. I've tried it before. When I worked for a company, just a short period, I just couldn't do it. It was weird. But if the right job came along, would I kind of take it? I don't know. If I was offered enough money, probably, and still do crypto at the same time. So yeah, take a look on LinkedIn. But that's the news stories for today. That's the Bitcoin chart and the Ethereum chart. We'll take a look at some other stuff during the week. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.